What's up, Riftbound fans? It's GG Haven and Div here today, and we're playing with fire. We're jumping into one of the most chaotic and explosive decks in this game, Annie and Tibbers. If you like aggressive spell loops, recycling engines, and wiping entire battlefields with one dramatic entrance, this list is going to be your favorite. This is fast-moving, tempo-heavy list that abuses rune reading, spell recursion, and battlefield disruption, all to pressure your opponent from turn 1. I'll be breaking down the champions, battlefields, units, spells, sideboard, and of course, how and when to drop Tibbers for maximum madness. Let's get into it. Starting off with Annie, Legend. At the end of your turn, ready up to 2 runes. This passive is deceptively powerful. It means even if you tap out to play spells and pressure, Annie reloads you for defense. It forces your opponent to guess, do they still have Gust, Flash, Fight or Flight hidden? Annie always keeps you threatening something. Then we have Annie, the champion unit. When you play her, return a spell from your trash to your hand. This makes your spells loopable. Cast, cycle, recast. With how many tempo spells this deck runs, Annie gives you repeat disruption and surprise plays. And then finally, Tibbers. This is actually a signature unit. Tibbers says when you play me, deal 3 damage to all units at battlefields. That means yours, theirs, and everything. It's a full board shakeup. Here's a competitive tip for you. Timing Tibbers is the key skill expression of this deck. Drop him after you've played your key units back with Fight or Flight or Flash, wipe the enemy, and then keep your core alive. Let's move into battlefields. First we have Zaun Warrens. When you conquer here, discard 1, draw 1. Annie loves this because she can throw away spells just to get them back later with her champion effect. Next, Arena's Greatest. At the start of each player's first beginning phase, the player gains 1 point. Helps accelerate win condition, forcing aggressive early plays. And then we have Reaver's Row. When you defend here, you may move a friendly unit here to base. This is your Tibbers preparation zone. Defend, bounce a unit to safety, then drop Tibbers on your turn for a clean wipe. Moving on to champion units. We've already covered Annie, but here's who support her. Vi adds extra aggression and forces trades down. We have Kaisa, a very powerful unit. Spell synergy helps chain conquer pressure. And finally we have Darius. When you play your second card in a turn, give me +2 might and ready me. In a small, quick spell spamming deck, he's almost always active. Moving on to purple units, we have everyone's favorite Traveling Merchant, a really good draw engine. We have Sneaky Deckhand, battlefield reposition, and intense pressure. Moving on, we had the Zaunite Bouncer, sticky presence and a very good early drop. And finally, we have the Tank Madden Marauder, aggressive stats stick that rewards pressure and trading. Moving on, we have 2 red units. Pouty Poro makes your opponent pay extra to target it because it has deflect. And we have Noxus Hopeful, easy buff trigger if you played another card, low cost with high aggression. Here's another competitive tip for you. Runes plus buffs plus Darius and then Tibbers creates a triangle of pressure. Cast cheap spells to trigger Darius, reposition with spells like Ride the Wind, and prep the board for Tibbers. Always look 1 turn ahead to see if you can force a reset. Moving on to spells, and we've got a whole lot of them. Starting off with Stack Deck, look at the top 3, keep 1, perfect setup card. Ride the Wind, move a unit and ready it, amazing for Darius or pre-Tibbers reposition. Gust, bounce a low might threat. Flash, a reaction, move up to 2 friendly units to base. This is again protecting your units. Rebuke, full bounce. Fight or Flight, hidden reposition, another Tibbers enabler. Invert timelines, both players discard hand then draw 4. Annie doesn't care because she recovers spells from trash anyways. Moving on to our red spells, we have Cleave, Might Boost, and then Attack Power. Void Seeker, one of the best red spells. Damage and draw, efficient trading tool. Another competitive tip for you. If you use Fight or Flight and then Tibbers followed by Ride to the Wind, it's a lethal sequence. You reposition your key unit, wipe them, then instantly move back in and threaten conquer. Moving on to our sideboard, we run Rebuke, Zaun Bouncer, and Madden Marauder. The sideboard here is just for flex pressure. Need more bounce? Take Rebuke. Need more pressure? Take Zaun Bouncer. Need to go all in aggressive? Marauder comes into play. Adjust based on whether you're facing wide boards as a single heavy unit. In closing, that's the full breakdown of Annie in Riftbound. She generates runes, loops spells, manipulates battlefields, and then drops Tibbers like a tactical nuke. This deck rewards players who think ahead, who use movement spells as setup pieces, and those who love explosive turn swings. If you enjoyed this Fury deck tech, hit like, drop a comment, and with which champion will you be starting your journey for the Set 1 Riftbound release? And of course, subscribe for more Riftbound content. For everything TCG, this is GG Haven, and I'll see you on the battlefields. Tibbers, say goodbye.